Good evening, guys. It's me, Hunter, again, and I'm here to talk about a few things. Story time. Story time. I want to show you a couple products that I use for hair growth that I didn't show you before. Some vitamins. Oh, and I have a little kitty that just came up. I'll show you my kitty. It's one of my kitties. I really like this one. Isn't she cute? Her name's Sassafras, but we call her Sassy because she's really sassy. Oh, off she goes. Off you go. Um, I guess she just wanted to be in the video. I don't know. Uh, okay, so I want to talk about friend rejection. That's one of my topics for today, and I'm going to show you a couple of vitamins that I use um, for hair growth. So this one's called. Whoop, I want to show you that one first. I've been using this one, and I know that it works. It's called um, Hair, Skin, and Nails by Spring Valley, and you can get this online, or you can get it in most of your grocery stores. Uh, I get mine at Walmart, like I get everything else, because it's close to me and it's cheaper there. Um, that hair, skin, and nails, I know this stuff works because my fingernails grow so fast. I just clipped my nails 2 days ago, down to the almost down to the quick, and there you go. I mean, I got fingernails again, and that's something I got to do after this video is clip my nails. But also, see, well, I think most of my hair growth, I know most of my hair growth is coming from taking testosterone. So I can't tell you how much hair that I'd have if I hadn't taken the vitamins, because I started taking those vitamins as soon as I started testosterone. Like the day after, I went out and bought vitamins. And I want to show you a shampoo as well. It's really good shampoo. I just got this shampoo. It's called Biotin Boost by Hask. I'm going to put the links in the description down below. Um, I actually got this at Walmart as well, and because it has biotin in it, it also has some other ingredients. It's a shampoo for thickening with biotin, collagen, and coffee. Now, why it has coffee in it, I don't know. I can see why it has collagen and biotin to help grow hair, but coffee, I don't know. I'll have to look that up. Does coffee grow hair? If it does, I'm going to be drinking a lot more of it. So yeah, this one here is good. I used it a couple times in my hair. It really seemed a lot thicker. So that's one. And then I just got this one about a month ago by Spring Valley as well. That's Collagen Plus C. Also promotes hair, skin, and nail health. So it says it's highly absorbable. So you could try this one. But I think the best one is the one that I showed you, this Hair, Skin, and Nails by Spring Valley, this one. And you have to take 3 pills a day and take it religiously as well. Like, try not to skip a few days. Um, and then I looked up the reviews on it as well before I bought it. And a lot of people were saying that people that had lost their hair was actually growing back. So, hair, skin, and nails. So I want to tell you about that. Okay, so I wanted to talk. I haven't had top surgery. I don't know if I'm the only trans person on here that hasn't had top surgery that's doing a video without their shirt on. But I do like to sit around without my shirt on as well. Even though I'm a little bit dysphoric about it. That's why I do that. Oh, and I told you in my last video that I had to have a COVID test. That my doctor swore up and down that I had COVID. She wasn't 100%, but she acted like she was, like I was going to die any second with it. But I came back negative. I don't have the COVID, so thank God for that. Um, I am feeling a little bit under the weather. I have some type of a flu then. And then because my eyes are red, she thought I had glaucoma. That's the third time. I gotta get a new doctor. That's the third time that this doctor has told me she thought I had some type of eye disease, and she always said glaucoma and rushed me to the optometrist, which I'm gonna go. I made an appointment for next week, but she always scares me with stuff. I don't know. This doctor, she's in her young. She's young. She's in her early 30s, so I don't know. I don't know why she's thinking everything. She thinks the worst, but at least she tries to get me some help. But I don't need to be anxious over the stuff she tells me half the time. Um, so, because my eyes were red and I'm congested, she didn't automatically think I had some type of a sinus infection or cold. She just automatically thought I had COVID or glaucoma, which could make a person go blind if it goes untreated. I get that, but to rush me to the optometrist, like this is the third time now, and she forgot the other two times where she told me she thought I had it, and she even tested me herself and said, "Oh my God, you have it." She said that I had it because she used some kind of a device to test the pressure of my eyes, and on her device it said I had it. So she rushed me to the eye doctor the next day. Next day, what I mean by rushed me, is she made sure to make an appointment for me, like like as soon as the place opened, and I didn't have it. And then the second time my eyes were burning, and then she thought I had it then, so she told me to go, and I didn't have it then. This time I hope they don't say I have it, and she was right, but I don't need the fear of God be put in me because this doctor is just she's stressing me out, and it's not funny. I don't know why I'm laughing at that. But anyway, I don't have the COVID, and that's good news, right? Right. And I haven't had top surgery yet. I wanted to show you that I had some hair on my chest. Okay, so before I was on testosterone, oh, I fixed my necklace. I was losing hair all over my body. Like I had literally lost the hair underneath my arms. It just, I don't know why it fell out, and on my arms, where I did have some hair, I had lost all that. And if I had any left, it was unnoticeable. You couldn't notice it. And some hair on my head, it was just thinning out, but I thought that was just from age, and it still could have been, but since the rest of my body, I lost all the hair on my legs. I didn't have to shave my legs anymore, which I was shaving my legs because I was taught to shave my legs. As a young girl, I had a nanny, and my mother had passed away, so my dad got me a nanny, and she was showing me, I remember her showing me how to shave my legs with an electric razor, and I learned how to shave my legs with regular sharp razor on my own. Um, so I just thought, as a female, you're supposed to shave under your arms and shave your legs, and that's what I've always been doing until it just fell out. And then I thought, well, screw it, don't have to shave it anymore. I didn't even ask a doctor what was wrong. I could have had some type of alopecia, or I don't know what I had, but I noticed that hair has grown back everywhere and then some. Everywhere and then some. So, since I've been on testosterone. So, I was going to show you, like, under my arms. Um, see, that's not a lot of hair, underarm hair, but it's really long, and, I don't have any before pictures where there's just no hair at all. It just had fallen out. And I know that's due to the testosterone. And maybe some of the vitamins help too. Same under here, of course, it's going to be the same. And below my waist, I had lost all my hair below my waist, and that's back. It's coming back. It's pretty good down there now. So yeah, it's the testosterone and my chest. I'm getting a hairy chest now. I can't see it too well in this camera, but if you can see uh, where it looks like it's a shadow, that's hair. See where I'm touching right here? That's all hair. I could pull on it too. So that's pretty cool. I think that is cool. If you could see my legs, what I want to do is take photos. I want to take pictures, images of the hair on my legs, because that's like 2 inches of hair. When I pull on that, it's like about, it looks like it's about 2.5, 2 inches, 2.5. It's a lot of hair. I don't know how to put the images into the video. If you guys know how to do that and you want to tell me, put it in the comments below. I'd really appreciate that, so I can show you some photos. Okay, because that's just an enormous amount of hair. Remember, I said it all fall out of my legs. I didn't have any hair on top of my legs, but now I have an enormous hairy forest, a shag rug on my legs, and the bottom of my legs where I used to shave. It's and then it fell out. That's all back. It's more than enough hair. It's 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 just like it's amazing what testosterone can do. It's a potent, what is a drug, or what, the hormones are potent. I'm gonna tell you that. So I'm very thankful to be on it. And the vitamins, I think, are helping as well, because like I said, my fingernails weren't growing that fast, and now they're just incredibly, they're growing. And I don't think that's the testosterone in my fingernails. I think that could be the vitamins. I don't know. So I want to tell you a little bit about that. And what else? Oh, friend rejection. Well, let's see. I had a lot more friends than I have now, and I'm really shocked. I'm really surprised about some friends that I used to have. Since most of them were grade school friends or high school friends, and a few friends that I went to church with, they are just not accepting my transition. Um, and one made a few hate comments towards me about it. So I want to talk a little bit about rejection. I didn't think too much about, before I got into testosterone, right, when I knew that I was going to do it, I didn't think, well, what's my brother going to think about this, or what are all my friends going to think about this? I didn't, I didn't think about that part too much, because I knew that it's just something I wanted to do. It's something that I felt like I needed to do for myself. So I was putting myself first, and I just thought I was not going to worry about what other people think. It wasn't about other people. It was about myself, and that's the main thing. And I really feel for a lot of uh, a lot of you people that are saying that your families are rejecting you, like your own parents, your mothers and fathers won't speak to you and cut you out of your life. I feel for you, really, because I don't have parents anymore. Mine have passed away. Um, but I know that would be incredibly painful if my mother was still alive, and she had just slammed the door on me and stopped talking to me. I don't think she would have done that. But who knows? She could, if she had, what would I have done? I would have, I think I would have just gone ahead and lived my life and hoped for the best. Been hopeful that she would have responded to me maybe later on. And I was thinking about, I see a lot of kids that want to transition, but they want to transition, but they're so afraid what their parents are going to think, so they'll make comments about, to some of the older people even on YouTube, and I'll read their comments, and they're saying, I want to transition, but I'm afraid what my parents are going to do, and what am I going to do? I can't transition. My advice, if anybody's watching that's afraid to do it because you're too young and you're not even 18, you can't even leave home, you just wait it out, man. I know it seems like those are harsh words just to tell somebody to wait, um, but hey, time flies, and before you know it, you'll be able to transition, because you'll be an adult, a young adult, but you'll be an adult, and you'll be able to leave home and find somewhere to go. If it's a friend's house, um, an aunt, uncle, a relative, just, and then do it then. Because if your parents are telling you can't do it, if you're afraid to tell your parents, that's understandable, because you don't want to be disowned. But you can tell them without doing it, and see what they have to say, or just wait it out. You know, don't go do something harsh. Just wait it out. because I know that's what I would have done. If I had hormones available to me, I would have just waited it out. I wouldn't have committed suicide or something like that. That's just, you know, you got your whole life ahead of you, and whether you're 14, 15, time flies. Just go ahead and live your life as you've been living it, and then just wait till you hit that day where you're able to leave home, and then do it that way. That's my advice to you. And for all you parents that are rejecting your children, or are very confused about what your kid's doing, just try to support them. My best advice to you is to educate yourself on what transgendered is. And if you're religious and you don't want you think your kid is living a sinful life and maybe they're just confused or the devil's confused them or they're demon possessed. Come on, man, that's not what it is. It's just you can't pray it away. Your maybe your kid is confused because some people are, but don't just keep putting that in their head that they're confused. Talk to them about it and be loving towards them and talk to them in a intelligent, loving way. And you need wisdom. If anything, pray for wisdom from God. Like, what do ask the Lord what to do with your child. What should you say to them? Don't just reject them, tell them they're crazy, uh, or talk about kicking them out of the house. You don't do that to your child. Shame on you. Shame on you. Seriously, shame on you, man. If you think that you need to throw your kid out of the house or stop talking to them. If they're an adult and they're already out of the house and you're watching this video, um, you're just, you know what, it's your loss if you reject your own child, because that's your child. It doesn't matter what your child's doing. They're not doing anything to you. They're not trying to hurt you. They're doing what's right for themselves. So just support them. That's all. That's the main thing you can do for them. You can tell them, I don't really like it or believe in it, but I still love you, and show them love, show them all the support that you can, and that's what I do. I have a child myself. I have a daughter. She's a young adult, but I support her and all her decisions. And she's gone off to college and she's gone off to do her own thing. And she's got into some things that I didn't like, and I regret not supporting all of her decisions in life. Because I've always tried to counsel her as a parent, and she didn't like some decisions that I was trying to make for her. Um, but I regret it now because she's run off and she wants, to be her own person without my advice anymore. She loved taking my advice before, and that's all she did was ask me what to do about everything, about dating and just anything. And now that she's a young adult, she wants to go off and do her own thing, and that's what I did. So I didn't understand it. I'm just like, I'm losing my child. I'm freaking out here. But the thing is, I have to let her go off, do her own thing, and be herself, and just tell her that I love her and support her. And it doesn't matter what she's doing. And I've just seen too many parents that are just too harsh on their kids, and their kids end up resenting their parents and saying that they hate their parents, and it's just something that I know that being transgender myself, that if that had happened to me, I'd be devastated if I had transitioned when my mother was alive and she, like I said, if she had rejected me. And it just hurts me. It hurts my heart to see people getting rejected by their own parents and their friends. It's really, to me, it's ignorant, and I hate ignorance. What's happening to me is I'm already a middle-aged adult, and you think that my friends would be wiser. My friends are doctors and lawyers and business owners, but they still don't accept what I'm doing. Yes, a couple of them do, and I appreciate you guys if you're watching. That you just said, okay, that's what you want to do, that's what makes you happy. and uh, and they call me by Hunter, the correct pronouns that I prefer, and they don't cut me down, and they don't. Uh, they return my phone calls, but I got these other people who they just stop talking to me, and yeah, that's painful because you think that they wouldn't do that. You think that they just know me. I'm still me. I'm still myself. I just I just look different now, and I have a different name. Uh, and if they had done that, I know that I wouldn't reject them or stop talking to them. So no, I. This is how you find out who your true friends are too. I mean, this is one. It's just. This is one way. I've seen so many hate comments for Caitlyn Jenner. And I don't know Caitlyn Jenner, but I've seen some incredible, some ignorant, really ignorant shit that people have written on some Caitlyn Jenner boards, and it's just unbelievable how people always use God and their religion to defend themselves so that they can write hate comments. Which, like I told you before, I'm a born-again Christian. I love the Lord. I believe in Jesus, and I know He loves me, and He wouldn't do that. He didn't come into the world to condemn the world, but to save it. And He loved prostitutes. He loved everybody. I mean, not that I'm saying this is like prostitution, but you know what I'm saying. I hope you know what I'm saying. That these people don't have a right, and they don't know what they're talking about. You're supposed to love the person, not judge. We're not here to judge. Um, God doesn't even judge us. You're not God. Don't even judge your own child. You're not the judge of your child either. I mean, you're there to support them and love them and, yes, give them good advice. Uh, yeah, maybe there are some people that are too young to transition. I think so. Uh, but then there's some that know exactly what they're doing. But, you gotta figure out what's best for your child. But don't kick them out of the house. Because they're never going to forget that. They're never going to forget that. When they're older, they're always going to remember when they got kicked out of the house. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do that. Support them the best you can. So I was going to say, oh, okay, so like I had this friend in high school, and he was actually a boyfriend that I had. I guess I remember I didn't really like him that much because I'd be at his house, and he would just cut down his mother. He'd just sit on the couch, and his mother would, just being a mother, just trying to talk to him, and he would just be so sarcastic with her, make jokes out of her, and it was constant. I just started thinking, I wouldn't want to marry a guy like this because he would treat me like this. If he's going to treat his own mother like this, he's going to treat me like this. So I didn't like him, so I broke up with him. Um, but he, but he still liked me, or he loved me, or he thought he loved me. And then as soon as I got out of high school, I moved from Ohio to California, and he kept writing me love letters, and I still have those love letters. I don't know why. Like when I move around, I just take this box of letters and cards, and those are in there, and just incredible. Just how much he loved me, admired me, and he respected me. He thought the world of me, and I just thought, oh, this is nice. This is great. This guy just has such beautiful words to say about me, and so I kept those letters. Uh, and a lot of years have gone by since then, and I told him I'm transgendered, and I told him, well, I didn't appreciate the way you treated your mother, and that's why I didn't stay with him. But he's gay now anyway, so it doesn't matter. Um, but he really laid into me because I transgendered. He really laid into me and just said some hateful things. And he said, well, he was glad the day I left Ohio, and he just started. I don't know why he did this, but and he kept saying how he was gay and he would never touch a woman, and then I wrote him back and said, well, you sure you stood there and cried the day that I left Ohio, he stood. I remember him standing on the sidewalk and hugging me and crying into my shoulder and begging me not to leave and saying how much he loved me, and then how he wrote those love letters. And he didn't like me reminding him of that, so then he started calling me ma'am. And he said I looked ridiculous, and he was calling me a ma'am and a miss. Just every pronoun that he knew that I'd hate. He was hitting me below the belt. I don't know why, he just hated that I transitioned. And he owns a gay nightclub. I haven't been to that nightclub that he owns. He co-owns it with his boyfriend, and I'm sure there's transgendered males that go in there, and oh, and on his Facebook he's always writing how he hates Trump because he's homophobic and transphobic, and he keeps writing he's transphobic and homophobic. Yet now he's showing his true colors to me, telling me uh, I'm not really a man, and telling me that I look ridiculous. Oh, he wrote, by the way, in capitals, you look ridiculous. And then he blocked me. Because we were bantering, going back and forth. Reminding each other of how we used to be back in the old days. But that's kind of stupid. But I think I really set him off when he saw what I look like. But I'm just thinking, I wonder if he's that way with the people that go into his bar. And plus he thinks he's hot stuff now, because he used to be poor, and I think everybody used to be poor when, you're a teenager or whatever. But, he thinks he's hot stuff now that he has money, and all he does is show, like, how much money he has. Like, look at my new house, look at my new car. See, I'm on vacation. Oh, I'm in Italy now. Now I'm in, whatever. He just keeps, like, I'm at Disney World. I've got money, and he was bragging about his money. Uh, so, I don't know. I just think the ignorance is unbelievable. Then I have a friend, she's lesbian, and she's a really butch lesbian, a butch dyke. And that's what she likes to be called. She always would go around, she's got a big loud mouth, and saying what a butch dyke she is, and how proud of that she was. And then I call her on the phone, and I hadn't talked to her in a year since I've been on hormones, and she kept asking who it was. When I told her who it was, she said, well, why do you sound like a man? And I told her why I told her that my voice had changed, and it's still changing because I'm on testosterone. And she said, well, why did you do that for? And she's incredibly rude. And she said, well, I don't like lesbians that turn into men or try to be men. They're all hairy. Just really rude. Just incredibly rude. And she's like, I always thought she seemed like a man, but she hated if somebody misgendered her as male. She used to work at the airport in airport security, and she said a celebrity thought she was a man from behind and kept calling her sir. And she turned around and said, "See, I got tits. Do I look like a male?" No wonder she lost her job. She's incredibly rude. She called her boss. She's really into black people. She told me she has a lot of black friends, but she called her boss the N word and threw a chair at her. I mean, she missed her with a chair. Apparently, she just tossed it towards her because her boss told her she was fired. She didn't like that and called her the N-word. But she's not racist at all. She told me she's not racist. So yeah, that's something. Yeah, and then now she's transphobic all of a sudden. So I didn't know she was transphobic as well. I would have accepted her if she said, I'm going to take testosterone and change my name. I would have just thought, so what? Good for you. You always seem like a male to me. She can't accept it. I think too, because she's always been after me. I mean, years. She's always chased after me, and to the point where I had to like, I one time I called the cops on her. It was a long time ago, but cause she just wouldn't leave me alone, and And I had to call the cops to say, could you just remove her from the property? She's bipolar, so I guess she was off her meds or something. So they put a restraining order on her. It was crazy. She had a restraining order. It wasn't from me. It was from the district of attorney. It was from the DA. So she wasn't supposed to be talking to me, but she'd still write me and call me and things like that. And that was about 10 years ago. Then after that, she contacted me and said she was on the correct medications, so she wouldn't be doing anything crazy like that anymore, like stalking me. But she kind of did, like she would get on my Facebook and she copied my photos and then told me she made an album just of me. Just all these pictures. So I don't know. So now that I told her that I'm transgender and she's heard my voice and I think she's seen my pictures, she's left me alone. So hey, that's good for the testosterone, right? That's one person I'm glad I got rejected by. But the others, like the high school friend, first she said, "Oh, that was well, what she didn't understand it, why I'd want to become a man." And I told her why I've always been a man. I just didn't know what to do about it. And she's seen me uh, in drag. I used to uh, hack my beard with a mascara, and she didn't know who I was even. And she said, "Oh, I thought you were cute. I thought maybe I wanted you to hit on me." And then she kind of laughed. She'd say, "Well, I'd date you." And I didn't want to date her. I always thought of her more of like a sister or a cousin, you know. She was always so boy crazy. She was so boy crazy that my dad told me to stop hanging out with her. He said, "She's just too boy crazy. Just don't let her in the house." She did. She had all the boys chasing after her. And but lately, I told her I transitioned, and then she said, "Oh, well, that's whatever makes you happy. That's cool. Whatever makes you happy. That's good. I'm good." She was like happy for me. And then I tried contacting her, and she won't respond to me now. So I don't know what happened. I can't say what she's thinking. She's just not responding. I'll write her. I can see she's online on Facebook, and she won't respond to me. Oh, that's her responding right now. On my phone. No, no, I'm supposed to be online right now with somebody. I forgot all about her. Whoops. See, I'd make a terrible boyfriend. I totally forgot about this person. Sorry about that. There you go. There you go. Well, and there's a few other people. So I have my original Facebook, and I told everybody on Facebook. I came out to everybody, and I told them I made a new Facebook, and they could join me on that Facebook. And I had a friend, and he's a doctor. He's a chiropractor, and I said, I wrote him. I told him, join me on my new Facebook. I don't want to be on this Facebook anymore because it says female on it, and just tired of the people on there, the way they're treating me. And so he wrote me and he said, "Well, what's FTM? FTM?" And he's a doctor and he's a really intelligent guy too. I always liked him in high school. Uh, I always thought he was real smart, and he's a Bible study and he's a good teacher. But he didn't know, and he's a doctor and he's rich. Most of my friends are they're filthy rich. They're not just a little rich. They've got a few houses and yachts, but he didn't know what FTM was, so I was surprised about that. I'm still surprised and shocked about some of these people. And so I told him what it was. I said I'm transgendered. It's female to male. Then I just told him just Google it. Uh, I said just Google it and look it up and read about it. And he didn't respond. So I thought, well, now I've lost another friend because weeks went by and he didn't respond to me, and I wasn't going to beg him uh, anymore. I thought, well, maybe because he's a Christian, he's against it. But then earlier today, uh, he accepted my friend request on my new Facebook. So that's cool. That's cool. Uh, so, so yeah, he's all right. He must have looked it up or something. thought Maybe he thought that's okay. I don't know what he thinks. I'll talk to him about it later. So anyway, yeah, uh, it's very possible if you haven't transitioned yet that you will have some friends that just don't understand it, and they may reject you. But try to hang in there, guys. Just stick with the friends that you got, or make new ones. But you gotta do for yourself what you gotta do, because you're not gonna live your life for them, are you? You can't just live your life for your parents, and you can't just live your life for your friends, and you can't just worry about everything in life, because you don't want to wait too late to transition. If that's what you really feel that you must do and you have got to do, put yourself first. That's what you got to do. That's what I wanted to say, and I'll notify you. Yeah, please subscribe so you can get notifications for my next video. And I'm still working on getting top surgery. I got a hospital. It's right down the street from where I live. A hospital. And they have no surgeons there that do uh, top surgery. So it's kind of a pain that I have to go all the way to Chicago. And I got to go there. Got to drive all the way there. And then I have to see the doctor, get a motel or hotel there, and have a doctor take a look at me, and I have to figure out which doctor that I want, and then I gotta drive all the way back home, and then I gotta get the money to go back to get the top surgery. I mean, it's just a hassle, and I can't do that right now, and so I just don't have the resources to do that right now. So I'm still waiting. You guys, if you pray for me, then I'm able to get my top surgery, because I really want it. I'm really dysphoric about it. And I know you know what that's like. So, yeah, just want to say hi, and please subscribe. I'm gonna go. Hunter out. Peace.